everybody. I just thought that this might be an interesting video, a quick video to make on how to use cover buttons, and what we're doing is we're repairing these pillows. My mother died in December, just a couple months ago, and I actually took her love seat because I actually thought her love seat was pretty cute, and I decided to keep it. So she has these pillows on it, and there's 4 of them. They're cute, but they all have a hole in the middle. There obviously used to be a button that went through, and they're all missing. And I can't ask her why that is. I honestly have no idea what happened there, but I decided I wanted to repair this, and I could either just sew up the holes and leave it as such, or put a button. I wanted to put a button, and I've never done it before, so I had no idea what I was doing. I went and bought, I couldn't find this fabric. I mean, it's a thick, very textured fabric. I looked everywhere, so I ended up just buying this very soft white fabric. It's really soft, because there is white in here, and I thought a white button would just bring out the white little flower design, or whatever you want to call that. So I actually got this as a remnant. It was very cheap. It was just a couple of dollars. Then I bought this thread, and it was a little more expensive. This is dual duty plus button and craft, so it's really heavy duty thick, and it looked like a pretty close color. So, and then I bought cover buttons. It's a cover button kit. This one has the mold and the pusher. I really recommend that. I've never bought ones without it, so if you have a mold and pusher of your own, because you've used these before, I guess you don't need that. But this made it very easy. The one that I got is 7/8 inches aluminum, and that's this big. I felt that it needed to be bigger than this hole, and that seemed pretty good. There's all different sizes, so you could determine what you wanted. And then I also bought a needle package that had all these different needles in it. These are cool, and I definitely feel like these will come in handy someday. I don't need them today, but I wanted some big needles for these types of projects, really extra large needles. And this is the one I decided to use for this project. I wanted something large. If you look at the bottom of the button, it does have a loop, so this will fit through it just fine. But I wanted something that wasn't a flimsy, thin needle. I just felt this would work. And actually, we can get rid of this piece of thread, because when I bought this button kit, it came with this on the back. It's a button pattern. It's a half circle. So what I do is I take my fabric and I fold it in half. It's kind of bunched up weird now, but I was just folding it in half, and then once you fold it in half, we'll just do it over here. I just stuck my pattern there, and I just held it in place, and I just cut around it, and when you're done, you have this circle. You take the side that you do not want up, so the back of the fabric, and you place it on this mold, and this is a nice flexible mold, which makes it very handy to use. You take your button cover, which is the top of the button, and you push that down into the mold like that. And then you take your fabric and you bunch that up and stick that all down into the button cover. And you take your back, and this is obviously going to be the back, so that's the front. And you put that on top, and this part's kind of hard, but not really. I mean, this is your pusher. Stick that over it, and just push really hard. I might have to put the camera down for this. Using my thumbs was not enough. I have to use all my weight. Oh, there it went. Okay, and you'll feel it. You'll just feel it crunch down, and then you'll know it's good to go. What's nice is because this is flexible, you just push the bottom and you can push your button right out. There's your button. So now it has its fabric. It's got this loopy on the back. So I need to make another one of those. I mean, how quick and simple is that, right? And it's just perfectly on there. It's awesome. I mean, I didn't know these were so easy. I think it's really cool. We're going to go ahead and get our thread, and I don't know how much I'll need for sure, so I'm just going to get a nice piece. I'd rather have some left over than need more. Very easy to thread a needle that's got that big of an eye in it for sure. Okay, so we're going to match up our ends, of course. And I always wet my finger and then just wrap it around, peel it off, and you have your knot. So that's how I always have done that. And I'm sure most of you, if you've ever sewn anything, know how to knot it. So I have my pillow, and how I decided I was going to do this, I take my button and I'm going to put the needle through the loop. And then as I get towards the end, I'm going to straighten that out a bit. I just stuck this, let's see if I can show. So I went here and I just put this through here and pulled so that now it's, you know, attached to this button perfectly. And I just stuck that down through the hole to the other side. So look at the other side, and that's the other thing. This is a nice long thick needle. Makes it really easy to work with this fabric. So I found the hole and I'm pulling it through that side. Then I'm going to stick on my other button and just sort of put that through like that. I might have needed a little more thread, but we'll make this work. Now I'm going to stick it, so I got it on here, and now I'm going to put it back through the hole to the other side again, where this button is. Find the opening here. Sometimes not easy to do. You just sort of start stabbing it around, trying not to stab the wrong place. There we go. Okay. So now that I did that, I actually I'm going to re-loop another bit of thread through the button before I send it back down to the other end. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side because I want to have it be extra strong. So I'm going to loop it through the button. So I have it looped through on both sides. And I wasn't sure what to do at this point to tie it off, so I kind of tried to pull it tight to give it, you know, so it's like really in there. And then I did I guess it's a pretty typical knot that you do with sewing. It's the only real knot I know. I had to go into a little fabric. You just sort of put the needle into a little bit of fabric. I'm not sure if I can show it. You just put it through a little bit of the fabric, and then before you pull it all the way through, you take your needle and hold on, it's twisted. You stick it back through the loop. So I don't know how well that shows, but here's the thread, and I'm going to put the needle through that loop and pull it tight. And you do that twice in the same area. So find another little tiny bit of fabric, stick your needle through, and then you can actually I usually back the needle up. Use the rear of the needle back through the loop that I just made with the thread and pull. And now it should be knotted. So we're going to trim off the thread. I barely had enough thread, so next time I might use a little bigger or a little longer of a piece. So I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, I've never ever done this before. I've never worked with cover buttons. I've never worked with putting buttons on a pillow. I've never worked with, I honestly, other than doing sewing of simple things like a kid gets a hole in their stuffed animal or in their sock or something, I don't have a lot of sewing experience other than working with sewing machines back in home ec when I was like, I don't know, in 7th grade. And considering I'm almost 40, I would say it's been a while since I've done anything like that. So I need to buy more cover buttons because I only bought one package to test them out. But there's my 2 pillows that I have done. And I don't know if white was the perfect fabric, but I couldn't find anything else that really went with this fabric or this color. And I think it's okay bringing out the white in the pattern. You like it, Mr. Wears underwear and refuses to wear clothes all day long? He's watching his songs. Anyhow, there's a how-to, and I thought that it would just be helpful to someone out there. I know that sometimes I have really benefited from how-to videos for a lot of different things, and so I just thought it might be helpful if I made one on this. So hopefully it does help somebody out there and they can fix their buttonless pillows or whatever else they're gonna put a cover button on. So that's all. There's Clara. You're welcome to leave any comments and check out our other KidCaos videos. There's a variety of videos from kids filming their own videos to me filming them. There's videos on our pet pigeon Petrie, and there are video game videos, so there's kind of a nice variety. Please let us know if there's any specific videos that you would like to see, which I'm sure includes more Pete the Pigeon videos. So until we see you again, this is me signing out.